That'll give you a better idea how it looks, what we've actually cut out. So we're modifying this panel now, that's what's left over. Unfortunately we needed a bit more than just a front pan. I suppose we could have made this one up, but we weren't sure exactly how far we were going to go back, but managed to pull a lot of it out anyway. So get this one sorted out tomorrow, get it all lined up, and get ready for some welding on it. It's looking good. You can see there how well that toe board's come out, and all this inside is all now sorted out. Done a little bit of welding in this inner wing, there were some problems there. But this sill is at least twice the thickness of a normal sill, so that's been made. And I would imagine the reason that's 3 mil all the way down is because obviously the roof has been cut off, it's been turned into a convertible, so they put this heavier gauge steel on it, which has probably saved the car a lot as well. And you can see there where we've made that new box section, and then we'll put this new one in hopefully tomorrow. But we're getting there. So there you go, that's all the new flooring at the front. The new box section here is all done. And what we're going to do now is mastic everything in, and we're not going to put that, there's some rubber, black thin rubber over there, which is bloody horrible to work with. We're just going to put the silent coat in here and redo it, and the back as well, won't it? Yeah. Because the back's come off. So I'll show you underneath. You can see, I think oh shit. You can see underneath how it looks. There we go. So that's all done. And it's all the way along and it looks great underneath, but I won't, once he lifts it up, we'll get this under seal on first, because he'll have to lift it up to do the underneath, and I'll show you again. But it's coming on. There's been quite a bit of welding in these inner wings as well. There's a patch on the other side which looks fucking awful, and we're going to try and address it, or try and dress it up, because it's an awful patch. So some of the welding's not great. You can see it there. I'll show it you later with a light. Maybe it'll show up, but you can see it's not a very nice patch. So I'll have a look, and if it's poor, then I'll take it off and put a new bit in, if it's okay. So all this front here, all this bulkhead is going to be the BMC silver 1100 special colour, and the inner wings, and then the bottom part will be black underseal, and we'll also do the inner wings as well. So that's it. So it's just clean it up to get this floor pan sorted out, and then we can look at some of the problems we've got here on the back with this convertible thing. I don't think we can't sort, we just need to look at how we're going to do it. So it's coming on nice and solid again.
Yeah.
But we've changed our mind, we're going to put the subframe in first, just to double check, and then we'll do a string test to check from rear to front subframe, a cross section and across with drop weights, and we can see exactly where we are with it. So there we go, onward and upward. There's the sealant going in. It was so cold they had to put it into hot water to get it to soften up. And I'll do now, take it up in the air and do it again. If there's any other little bits that might need a seal on it, because we've got enough paint. It's coming on, eh? It's looking good. We'll see how it looks once he's got it up. To cleaning all this inside, found some problems. You can see it's split from there to there. There's another one here, and it's also a bit in the back here. They've obviously put this bar in there to strengthen up the A panel, but unfortunately it's left this rotten, so I'm going to have to plate all that up as well. This is the problem when you start digging into these things to clean up. Other stuff appears, but it's going to have to be done. But the bar's solid, so we can clean that up and put a new piece onto that, and then weld a new piece in, graft a new piece into it, and you'll not see it in the end. There we go. That's what happens when you start digging in minis, or any car for that matter. Amir's been digging around in the side here, and as you can see, there's another one there, down here. This is just some of the crud that's come out of it. But we'll try and put some penetration sealer in there. But yeah. Fortunately up in the top it's okay though, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's the second lot of rust that's come out of it. You can see there. And what's really saved this is you can see that box section in the back, and particularly this box section that goes from front to rear, which is supporting the car now. There's no roof on it. But there's that heavy box section. I'll take it inside and show you what I mean. So you can see it there. So all this is solid box section, and this huge one here. This is what's really saved the car. It's been put in okay. It's just stupid little shit, like they've used a tubular there, which is fine for weight, but then they haven't capped off the end. You know, stupid shit like that. They could have, simple little thing to put a cap on the end of it. I mean, you know, you could say, well, maybe water might get down in it, but if it was capped off both ends. But there you go. So I'll put a new plate in that, and I think we're there, aren't we? Welding wise, hopefully, touch wood. So we'll get that plated up, and then we'll get it. We found some Terrason. We've got some Terrason now, which has got the yeah. He's putting in hot water. We've got some Terrason black here. We'll put that on because that's got that nice effect on it. We won't do it on the inside because of the inside of the floor pan, because we're going to put the silent coat on it, and there's no point. But we'll get all this done and get it painted up, and we can look at putting the subframe in during the week. So I finished all everything inside, so he's just putting in this silent coat, the front and the back. We're not going to put this rubber on the top, it's crap this. If you get anything on this, any kind of solvent, it just dissolves and it's bloody awful. So he's just fitting all that floor pan up there. And then, yeah, looking good. Okay, so took off the wok and the clutch, took off the wok to have a look, and the release bearing on this was really poor. This is the release bearing that was on it. Looked in quite good condition, and it was the older style with the clip on it. But if you look at the plunger, you can see how bad the wear. Sorry, someone's looking through that viewfinder. You can see how bad the wear is on that. And what's happening is the bearing inner has been running on it. If I hold that, you can see. Well, all I have to do is put it there. You can see that that's going to be a press fit. And so something to look out for. Not just the release bearing itself, but the plunger. Make sure it isn't running on the inside of this. So you can see how bad it is. It's 1.5, just over 1.5 thou difference. It's just rattling around. So we'll replace that. But it looks to me like it's had a new clutch in it very recently. You can see it's Borgen back, which is a good make. And there seems to be no oil leak from the rear seal. So I'll put the wok on so we can paint it all up, and I'll get that ordered up. But Refka's done a lot. You can see he's actually really back to the metal now. It's just really cleaned up quite well. So get all this done, and then what I can do then is turn it over, have the gearbox end up so we can, you know, do some of these where the chips are, particularly on the front end. Here, you can see here where they're very bad, the fins. And they're sharp as hell, they're like razor blades. So we'll file them off and get them cleaned up and get it painted up. Well, just to give you an idea, this is the bearing that was in it, and you might not be able to hear it. You may be. It's quite noisy, but you got to remember when there's pressure on it too. So if you listen to this one, and it's actually getting jammed. There you go, it's jamming. Oh, square bolt bearings. That's really bad. You can test it with air, but I wouldn't do that because if you turn it up at really high RPM, you could shatter the bearing depending on how much pressure you've got.